The YSL RICO trial just had its craziest day ever since the trial began. What played out during the court day ended up with an announcement of developing. According to multiple sources, the defense team of the YSL case is currently meeting with Fani Willis at the DA office. Are they discussing deals? Now, this could be incredible news for Young Thug for being released from jail, but it also raises the question of what happened inside of this courtroom today. Well, it started out saying, and I quote, rapper Slime Life Shawty was once signed to Lil Durk's label. Recently, he took the stand in the YSL RICO trial and admitted that he and others treated YSL like a gang.
Outside of the music, is YSL a gang?
You said outside of the music?
Yes, sir.
Some people treat it like that.
What do you treat it as?
I treated it that way before.
You treated it as a gang before?
Yeah.
When did you stop treating it as a gang?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
You don't know. And when you say you treated it as a gang, what do you mean? How old were you when you joined YSL, the gang?
Can you tell me what you mean by like join? Like, are you talking about?
What would you consider joining?
I'm saying, like, do you mean join like, cause you know, like to get in the gang, you join the gang, like you get up or something like that.
How did you become a member of YSL?
My music got popping and I became a known face in my neighborhood.
Now, this is nothing new in the slightest. Whether YSL is a gang or not, there is no physical evidence of them doing anything illegal, which is what the judge keeps stressing to the prosecutors. Who cares if it's a gang? If they aren't committing illegal activities, it doesn't matter. This would make the prosecutors angry, and they're being yelled at by the judge. This would then create an argument inside a court when it would then be announced, that is the most preposterous thing that I've ever heard in the YSL trial. The judge says, what I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness so everyone won't waste 10 to 12 months of their lives in this trial.
Trying to do is fix your sloppiness so that everybody won't have wasted, 10, 12 months of their lives in this trial.
Yeah, we can come over.
Okay, do it now.
As this is definitely what led to them discussing deals at the DA office after, because the judge really messed up here, announcing that she is trying to fix the prosecutor's sloppiness. She is not allowed to do that at all. This immediately got the lawyers of Young Thug's team extremely angry. Why is she helping out the prosecutors in the state? They would end up demanding a mistrial, where it would be announced, the judge makes it clear that there is no chance of a mistrial with the prejudice, but leaving the possibility open for a mistrial without prejudice. Nicole says that she would have been good with that at this stage, but the rest of the lawyers are now discussing if they agree.
So are you asking, what kind of a mistrial are you asking for?
Your Honor, I believe that we were goaded into the mistrial.
Okay, well, I do not believe that, because if you had seen Miss Hilton's face when that came out of the witness's mouth, she was appalled, and I do not believe that they are purposefully trying to insert error into this trial to make y'all ask for a mistrial so that they can try this case again. I think it is continued, and I am sorry, y'all have, this gigantic, ginormous universe of evidence that maybe if you narrowed down, you would not be making these kinds of mistakes, but I believe that to be a mistake.
Your Honor,
so I'm going to deny a motion for a mistrial with prejudice. That one, I don't believe that the facts bear out. Would you like a mistrial without prejudice?
This has become one of the most confusing things ever. The judge says there is no mistrial, but then moments later saying that there is a possibility of a mistrial. Deals with the DA office are going to be starting because the prosecutors lost all of their witness in this trial and they're about to lose. This is a great deal for Young Thug as well, as it would be reported a sanction in the YSL trial. The judge struck all testimony from a retired gang officer who said on the stand that a defendant was in and out of jail. He also can't testify again. You can tell from the DA nearly begging her to reconsider. This is not good for her.
I am finding that this was not intentionally elicited on the part of the state. However, I also am finding that this witness as a law enforcement officer should have known better than to make any mention of it. It is, however, significant that one of the charges against Mr. Kendrick in this indictment is that he is a convicted felon. Were it not for that, I would grant the mistrial motion. But given that this jury already knows that he's been convicted and is a convicted felon anyway, even without this testimony, I don't think that a mistrial is warranted. I am, however, going to give a curative instruction and as a sanction for this having occurred, that's the end of the testimony from this witness. There's going to be no more testimony from him. So,
as this is what truly sparked the deals happening between Young Thug's lawyers and the state, as the prosecutors are about to lose. A tweet would share, the judge says she would have granted a mistrial motion, but because of one of Yak's charges has him being a convicted felon already, the damage is limited. However, she rules a sanction, meaning that the state can no longer question their witness. This witness can now no longer provide evidence against Young Thug and YSL members. Now, Charleston White would have a different take on this. He would end up reacting, sharing that if Young Thug is not going to be released by all of this drama and craziness happening already, they are going to find a way to just keep him in prison forever.
Thug won't out, he ain't even been gone 2 months yet. I'm almost willing to bet. I'm almost willing to bet with any rapper, if they keep Young Thug locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months, locked up in them conditions like that there, he'll tell to get out of jail too. Yeah, I tell you ain't never, man, God ain't gonna never let you out of prison. Cause he wasn't talking like another is talking. Yeah, boy, after 30 years, that got that bald spot. He got all them great whiskers up under his beard. That used to be my color. That light yellow now, because he don't get a lot of sunlight. Yeah.
Because what happened next inside of the courtroom would typically end in a mistrial, but once again, it doesn't. When the prosecutors brought Quindarius Zachary to the stand, he would end up opening his statement by hitting on an attractive investigator from across the courtroom and even asks her to be the one to supervise him at his hotel.
For you to whichever hotel this is, they end up putting. Can it be what? I don't know whether it's going to be that particular investigator or not. It might be, it might not be. It's not going to be up to me.
Mind you, this is a RICO trial, one of the biggest and scariest court cases that can be held within the United States, and the judge is sitting here laughing at a witness hitting on a police officer. But what happened next, you can tell the judge was starting to get annoyed. It would be reported, Quindarius says that he no longer wants his lawyer because he feels like he is working for them, the state. He said that he doesn't think he needs a lawyer at all, and he'll be back on Monday without one.
You don't want that lawyer anymore. All right, well, let me say this. When you come back on Monday, it may be that you want a lawyer. You don't feel like you need any kind of lawyer whatsoever. So what if things change on Monday? All right.
This is where the judge would finally have enough, kicking the prosecutor witness off of the stand, telling him to practically get lost. And on this specific court day, it was a prosecutor witness day, meaning the state had to bring witnesses to the stand all 8 hours to confirm evidence against Young Thug and YSL members. However, they only had enough witnesses to last 22 entire minutes.
One of the things I wanted to inquire of one of our investigators about their efforts to secure one of the witnesses and the difficulty that we have had with respect to that witness. I expect that witness will be coming in. It's the one that we've been discussing, but I think it's pertinent information.
Not right now, and frankly, it doesn't matter. If you have a particular witness, what you have been instructed is to have enough witnesses to fill the day. Okay? So if one witness is difficult, then you need to have another one lined up. Let's get the jury, please.
This ended up going viral online, getting the attention of 42 Doug because he also agrees with everything going on. It seems like someone is just targeting Young Thug and they don't want him out.
Have you been tapped into the YSL case at all, and how do you think that's been?
I've been trying to watch a little bit.
Do you think it's being mishandled?
I think it should have been dismissed. The shit with the judge that just happened was
that just happened.
Crazy, like trying to send his lawyer to jail. From the outside looking in, it's looking like they got something against him.
However, the state might no longer even have a choice on letting Young Thug in or out of prison. As it would be reported, breaking news, YSL prosecutor Fannie Willis has sent attorney Adam down to the YSL trial to fill in for DA Love's seat as the first chair. As there was rumors circulating the internet that the YSL RICO trial is now going to be getting investigated for case corruption, as well as DA Love's words against Young Thug. For context, the prosecutor Love was allegedly claiming that Young Thug does illegal activities to chase money, while hinting towards it being because of the color of his skin.
What suggests that he is doing anything illegal by chasing that money?
Your Honor.
Isn't that what pretty much all of us who aren't independently wealthy have to do every day of our lives?
Your Honor, I'm not saying that it is with certainty that this is what he is saying. What I'm saying is that it is evidence that tends to, or that has a tendency to make a portion of our assertions or our allegations in the indictment true to the extent that it is relevant that he made or said that, made that statement on that posting. He is representing YSL. He is.
I mean, obviously, you know, it's all over his body, but how is the post, the language representing YSL?
As even the judge said, what suggests that he's doing anything illegal by chasing that money? Isn't that something that we all do? As Love throughout the argument was hinting towards Thug being the type of man that chases money in an illegal way. Many online looked at it as Young Thug's color of skin. One commenter even said, if Young Thug was white, I bet no one in the law system would accuse him of chasing money by doing something illegal. This is where Young Thug's lawyers would make him look amazing to the jury, as it would be announced a gang member on a wiretap complaining that Young Thug is the richest man in Atlanta, Georgia, but he refuses to put any money back into the street, confirming that Young Thug chases money in a legal way, while also showing that Young Thug, even though he makes a ton of money, he keeps it safe. He doesn't put it in illegal situations.
We just talking about we just really talking about Spider, like how Charlotte got all these goddamn paper, but really letting these folks really just get the really ups on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way, bro. Like just being real, bro. Ain't no young his age. Charlotte the richest young in Atlanta, Georgia, bro. Ain't having more money than Charlotte, bro. Yeah. Nah, he age. No. Like, come on, bro. Ain't having that much more money than Charlotte, bro. Charlotte supposed to be having shit. Charlotte supposed to be clean shit up, bro. Like, no, man. Charlotte supposed to be clean shit up, bro.
But like, you just look, just see how it is now. Like, and they got some corny him, bro. When we was around him, bro, like, you know, we still gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna do it anyway. But like,
yeah,
you feel me? Like, man, damn.
Shit ain't right though.
As this is only strengthening the chances of Young Thug's lawyers getting their client released, as the judge would end up announcing a mistrial is likely to happen because the prosecutors simply aren't doing their jobs correctly, meaning Thug could be released within any moment. It was announced, the judge went off on prosecutor Love, saying, it is baffling to me that someone with the number of years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to seemingly purposely hide the ball as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is that purposeful, unless it is that you are so unorganized, you are throwing the case together as you try it.
I mean, I can't figure out what it is. If it's disingenuous, if it is that, I mean, I don't want to, the prosecutor standing in front of me right now, so I'm not going to say the possible things that it could be, but it is baffling to me that somebody with the number of years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to seemingly purposefully hide the ball to the extent you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is purposeful. But honestly, after a certain number of times, you start to wonder how it could be anything but that, unless it is just that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it.